Go.
Linda went into the dark again,
I,
into the abyss.
yes.
We're live.
We're live. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live. Welcome, Linda. Welcome, Miranda. Are you ready for another hour of whatever
Anything
we're doing
goes.
today?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on what you say, Jim. So we'll see.
I am going to try and be polite, and we can find different ways to do things. And I don't know. It's been a really crazy week last week because of all the changes. But as of tomorrow, Mercury is taking over a little bit to give us an opportunity to be happy, where it's always trying to blend into other things, and finally we're going to be happier about the things that we're going to get, the things that we're looking for, the manifesting type personalities that we have. Like Linda knows how to manifest. It seems like Miranda does. Paula does. I don't. I'm not very good at it.
We'll work on that, Jim.
I know. I'm trying to work on it. So, Linda, are you gonna? Oh no, it's already filled. Your June 15th, right? For people to come down and see it.
Oh, there's still openings actually. And
Oh, is
Miranda's
there?
going to be there too. Yeah, we're doing a wellness day in Nestleton, Ontario. I can put out the link after the show.
Yep.
There's tarot card readers, there's spiritual, there's intuitive readings, there's Reiki, there's vendors, there's artists, there's forest bathing, yoga in the lavender fields. There's a whole lot of stuff going on that day, so it should be
Nice.
fun.
Good.
The weather should be nice, so it'll
And-
be a nice day.
And will Miranda be walking around with a bottle of wine?
No,
No.
she's
Just
working it.
smoothie, Jim. Come on, get with the program. I'm just finishing one right now.
These green smoothies, man, they're interesting, aren't they?
You have to just get over you have to just train your taste buds. And once you do, you're gonna crave them. Like I'm telling you,
There's nothing
Just
better
gotta
than a
get over
smoothie in the morning. Nothing.
good. It shapes your whole day. It really, really does.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, that means no McDonald's breakfast. Okay.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
That's right.
I have been enjoying the shakes though. I must say that they are good, and I don't get super, super hungry until about noonish, which is right for me, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And you know what the best part about having a smoothie in the morning is that you don't get the 3 o'clock crash in the afternoon.
Really, eh?
It changes your blood sugar. Yeah, it does. It really keeps you even it sets you up for better choices throughout the day. So that investment in the morning really trickles throughout the entire day, I find, for most people.
Wow.
Very true. If I have a smoothie in the morning, I'm more apt to stay on the plan as
Yeah.
opposed to if I don't. So it does set you up for success.
Good. And as we know, the other half has been doing that since November nonstop, and her weight loss and her strength, it's just amazing how she's a completely different looking person now, which is Miss Jill Knight.
She's done so well. So well.
Yeah.
Amazing.
She needs to be a poster child. Put her up in
Yeah,
comedy somewhere.
Yes.
Am I perfectly aligned now, Miranda?
I mean, it's not bad, Jim. It's improved from last time.
Okay.
The more you lean back, the more you get out of frame. But you're good. I think it's much better.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm coming in closer here. Okay.
It's a good thing. Yeah.
Linda, you had the one announcement, and we have a little bit of a anniversary kind of thing to talk about. I've been putting it on my Instagram. I've seen Miranda with hers. And is there anything that I think right off at the beginning of the show, how important it is to
Acknowledge.
acknowledge,
Yep.
and it's anything to do with a child, I think is very important.
I have my friends, Clayton and Claire Irwin. They're like friends that have become like my closest family. A year ago on May 25th, they lost their daughter. If you Google the hashtag Justice for Vienna, the story will be clear. But she went missing from a daycare, and when her mom went to pick her up, they couldn't find her, and they weren't looking, but they found her hours later in a septic tank, and the lid was closed on top of her. So we're waiting for answers. It's been a year. There's been no arrests, and we're just a little frustrated, but we just need to send my friends some love and support. So if anybody's out there and you want to follow, please do so, because they need all the prayers that they can get to keep going. They're strong, they're resilient, they're amazing, but they need our help sometimes, just with some support.
I got to meet them for a few minutes there with
Yeah.
you, Linda, and they're just an amazing couple, just like
Amazing.
good people, and none of this was deserved at all.
No,
Yeah.
and there's it's just frustrating because there's always some information, there's speculation, but there's no answers, and all we want is people to be held accountable. We want to rest, and it's never going to bring Vienna back, but it's like justice. That's all we want is justice. So anybody's listening and you want to Google justice for Vienna, you'll see a plethora of information, and it's just please show some support for a lovely family. They're
Thank
the
you.
Yes.
best
Thank
people I know.
And to everyone out there, if you really have an opportunity to read the story, the support is always there, and it's important for all of us to help every child that we can, especially in this situation. Vienna, we love you. So there we go on this one. Thank you. And now I want to jump into the month of Gemini.
There's actually a lot of planets in Gemini right now. There's
Isn't
quite a
it?
few. Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about it actually, because it's very airy. It's very airy out there.
Eerie or airy?
Airy, like it's an air sign. And so it's
Okay.
like you do have to do things twice. It's almost like everything has to be done twice
And it's on
over.
every aspect of their lives, which is crazy. And I do like to the Geminis, the friskiness that's coming with Venus is very, very interesting because it really lights a fire for Geminis everywhere, and they're going to be paid attention to, and they're going to be meeting people finally. Relationships are going to turn around, all of these kind of things. If you're with a Gemini, it's a kind of a good thing. I get spoiled by mine.
Well, you're very lucky, aren't you?
I
Mine and my kids all we have it in our 12th house. So Jupiter and Gemini for the next year is in our 12th house, which is an interesting placement because it's like the hidden spots, right? It's like so we'll see what happens with that for the next year. We'll see.
And that's kind of crazy. And do you know that I've been receiving a lot of emails because a lot of people want to know who Paula is.
Well, Paula should come on then.
She should. Just for a minute, just to say hi. She's going to get mad, or she's going to go and say, like, I'll get in shit for it later on for sure. But Paula, there are going to be some people that really would like to see you.
She's coming in.
Hi.
She's not coming in hot. She's coming in.
I'm coming in like I get in the pool very slowly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi.
Paula, you
It's
are
me.
an amazing show producer and a very good friend, an
You're welcome.
amazing aunt, an amazing sister.
Mm-hmm.
People, we never give you enough thanks. We really
Oh,
don't.
yes, you do. Thank you, though.
I just wanted to say it out loud because we've known each other for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
18 years?
How old is
Tyler's going to be 20.
18 years?
And he was just a little gaffer.
Yep. And here we are. So it's nice to have good friends, and it's super, and it's nice not to get bossed around sometimes.
When?
I don't know.
Got a lot of bossy bitches around you.
Yeah.
The first text in the morning, it's bossy.
Have a good day. No.
Yes. And the bad things that Miranda's going to hear, you and I like mac and cheese for the Americans and KD for us.
Yeah.
Ketchup or no ketchup?
Ketchup.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
No ketchup. No
Same
ketchup.
thing with grilled cheese.
Yeah,
We
me too.
make mac and cheese with nutritional yeast over here. It's very good. It's pretty good.
It's like, what?
Instead
Wait,
of
what?
cheese?
Nutritional yeast, yeah. It's I mean, you can make mac and cheese also with goat cheese, but nutritional yeast tastes like cheese,
What?
not cheese. Yeah, and it has lots of B vitamins. It's very
Like
good.
mac and cheese isn't real cheese anyways, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. We're eating some chemical crap anyway,
Right.
so
Might as well
Well, but
fortify.
I've made my own homemade the odd time with real cheese and bake it
That's
in the
good.
oven.
that's nice. I do that too.
Mm.
Good stuff.
You know, we don't have cheese icons. All I
Oh,
got.
no more emojis, Jim.
And right now, we all need a cup of coffee.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Here we go.
I haven't been able to have coffee for 14 years. I would
Nice.
love a cup of coffee. Because when I had Jax, I got allergic to coffee when I was pregnant. So I have not had a cup of coffee for 14 years.
Ah,
Oh, wow.
Isn't that horribly like that's like you're pregnant and then you don't sleep for a year, 2 years, whatever, and like no coffee, no caffeine. I do drink green tea sometimes, but it was really bad. I got used to it now. I used to. I have my smoothies. That's why I have my smoothies.
You know, she just needs to wear a t-shirt with a smoothie on it. And that's all, I think.
Smoothie queen. There you
You
go.
know?
Yeah.
Smoothie queen of the year.
I'm gonna go back to my corner now.
Okay.
Bye,
Thanks,
Paula.
Paula.
See you in a minute.
Miranda, what's going on for you lately? What's going on in that health career of yours?
Well, I'm very grateful. I have a lot of really beautiful clients and I love to watch them transform. And it's really interesting for me because now I don't just have I bring the nutrition in, but there's other more modalities with it, right? It's a little more intuitive, the metaphysical side of it. So so sometimes I just support people with the cards and it's like, they just ask me questions and it's less nutrition these days and it's more intuitive stuff. So it's been really lovely for me to be able to
Change
dig
it up.
into, change it up and dig another like part of myself and bring that out. But I love to see transformation. And so when we titled this one Small Changes, Big Results, because the body loves slow change because it's sustainable and it's comfortable, because much like we get ourselves out of balance slowly, usually we have to get ourselves back into balance slowly too. And it like creates a new trust relationship. So when I see like week by week or, every couple of weeks, if I'm following up with somebody, it's quite beautiful to see what small changes really bring big results. And like after a year, like I have had a client who lost 100 pounds in a year.
Wow.
Significant things. And like, it's really your discipline. It's the discipline you have. And also allowing yourself to make mistakes, if we call it a mistake, and observe what your body's telling you, because it's never a straight line. It's just being able to understand your body better and become more intuitive about your own body and then making the changes that feel best for you.
Wow.
You know, it's with sometimes with people when they make those little mistakes, they think they throw it out the window like they've gone off the wagon, but it's good to make
Right.
those little mistakes, but they're allowed. And then you get back on the horse and you go forward, right?
And I actually welcome them because if you don't make those mistakes, then you don't observe what's wrong for your body. Some stuff happening in my kitchen right now. And so when you don't make those mistakes, you can't actually have the experience to understand what your body's telling you. And then now you know for sure, now you know for sure. And now you know what to avoid because you don't want to feel the way you do. So if you get to your baseline and you reintroduce a food that wasn't working for you, you always get the sign very clearly. And then you get to make the decision. That's a responsibility to your body. Then you take accountability because you have no choice to do otherwise, right?
Okay.
Even with words too. Sorry, Jim, you go ahead.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. It's okay. You go.
I've noticed how lighter in my daily routine, how much better I feel with energy since I've been working with you, Miranda. Out of all honesty,
Awesome.
Jim, thank you for
makes
sharing
a
that.
big difference for me, and I have the ability to do the things that I need to do without exhausting myself around 3 o'clock, where I'm going, I need that nap for hours, and now I'm waiting until like 9:30 before I'm saying I'm done.
And you're sleeping better at night too, right? Like you actually getting more
restoratively to bring out, because my sleeplessness, I'm averaging between 5 and 7 hours now.
Wow.
So
wow, that's a big change for you.
that's from 3 3 to 5 for 60 years.
Oh,
And I've been really,
Gee.
and this now, it just gives you brain power at the same time. I'm not like so listless in the morning, and I'm out doing the things that I do. And that's because of you, Missy. Thank you.
Well, it's because of you made the changes. I'm so happy to support you, but you chose it. And so when you're, I guess the sleep part of it is so crucial because your brain, it's the only time your brain gets the dishwasher cycle. Like it's the only time it actually gets a clean out of like the gunk. And in that, then your organ systems are working more efficiently because the brain is like a master control center. The other thing to keep in mind, there's such a big number, like such a huge number of cardiovascular disease. It's like the highest number, right? I believe. But it's the master, it's like the king of all organs. So every organ will create an energetic push to the heart in order for it to be strongest. And so we get a lot of signs in the body that there's weakness in other organs, liver, kidneys, stomach, like, all the things, because the energy, the resources go to our heart. And when I see it that way, especially when I work with clients, I notice that, we get these signs and symptoms and we don't always know how to read them or understand them because we're not taught to do so. But when we can break it down and again, remove the inflammatory triggers so that all of the organs have less stress, then things start to flow a little easier because there's not the resistance. And I think that's the key with life overall, is that the more resistance we put on the body or on our lives or whatever it is, that, it's so much harder for it to work. So the key is to take the resistance off. And in doing so, like for you, Jim, you love certain foods because it's comfort, right? You have loved certain foods. It's like comfort feelings. But we get in that really big cycle where we need the comfort foods because we're feeling so shitty. And so it drives the same cycle of like the emotional need of it. But when you start identifying with feeling good from the right foods, you've now changed the actual connection in your brain to go, the foods that I'm eating here, I'm having my smoothie, it makes me feel good. You made a connection, not I'm having my peanut butter and jam because it makes me emotionally feel good. And I'm relating to that experience. There's still times where we can enjoy and have pleasure, but you're choosing the right things not to derail you. So you're just making new connections. And when you do that over and over and over again, now you've created a new routine. And those small shifts turn into massive change. And then a year down the line, you're literally a different person and your cells are different. Your organs regenerate. I love it. Like, I really love what I do because I get to see.
We can see it. And
yeah,
the passion that comes from you when you talk about it, there's no, like, I didn't even hear you take a breath. And I mean that with love, because it's, you bring so much out of it for us. And when you do the one-on-ones with us, they're powerful sessions because that enthusiasm comes right into our hearts and makes us look forward to trying to do and look and feel like Miranda wants us to. And that's what we love about you too,
Thank you, Jim. And like, I so appreciate that. When I look at, and I said this with you too, when I work with somebody, I can already see the results. So I don't know if that's part of the intuitive part where I can actually, visualize what they can look like when they make those changes, but I already see it in my eyes. So when I see it, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited for you because I know where you can go.
Yeah.
And then it's like, let me just take you through the steps in order to get so, and it's a dance, but it really is a decision, and it's a decision you make daily. And there's some days where, we all have these shitty days or, better days than others, but it's moving with your flow and like having grace for the fact that it's not easy at times. Like, you have pushed through.
I've been trying and I do, but I get right back up and I go longer without the failure, if that makes sense, or the longer without the cheat. That sounds better.
And I think the thing is, the more noticing of the cheat, it's not like, to me, it's not a cheat. It's like an understanding, like, what does your body feel like? Even my kids are like, they want something junky. I'm like, sure. I'm like, but do you notice how it makes you feel? Just make the connection. Make the connection the next 3 days, because sometimes it's a 3-day delay, or sometimes it takes 3 days for it to actually get out of your system. Like, Linda, we've talked about this. If you have something, like you're feeling sluggish for the next day or two, right? So it's in the pain of it, attention to it, but then there's personal accountability. And the more accountability we take, the more intuitive we become in their bodies. And then you cannot deny that. And you really don't need anybody else to tell you what to do at that point. You just know you.
And I want to add something here for you, Miranda, because I don't understand why you're not on our breakfast televisions and our
You s-
global TVs and CBCs, for you showing a much more mature take on how to take care of ourselves. Yes, we get the quick snacks for the kids, and let's feed ourselves all of these good foods, but you can break it down for us that we would pay attention to you. We need you out there a little bit more, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
I did it for like 9 years, live TV, and I loved it. But I do really think it's important to talk more not about the fluff, just the fluff.
Yep.
And you know, there's great strategies, but I do think it's important to honestly get to the underbelly of like the roots, because I can almost, and I say this just from the connections I make with my clients, but the trauma you've gone through as a child or the patterns you have since you're a child, you can almost kind of foresee what health problems you might go through based on the patterning that you don't let go of. So let's say thyroid. Okay, let's say you've been repressed as a child and you can't express yourself creatively, or you just didn't have a voice. You've always been made to feel like your needs didn't matter. More than likely, it's going to develop in a thyroid issue.
Or
More than
throat,
likely.
or
Yeah.
esophagus, or throat
esophagus.
cancer, or
Right.
any of the throat, anything that
Right.
affects the throat.
Right. So we can eat all the healthy food we want and we can exercise, and yet we still have a thyroid issue or an esophagus issue or whatever it is, because we're not getting to the deeper patterning, the metaphysical roots of
Or the
what,
like the emotional stuff that we don't as shed, right? Because there's lots of things.
right.
Like I worked at a cancer support center for 4 years volunteering, and I kind of started to document. Nobody gives a shit what I think, but it was like I've seen at least 350 ladies with breast cancer. If it's over their heart, it's to do with grief, neglect, abuse, any kind of negative emotion. If it's over the right side, it's predominantly hereditary. And it's textbook. It like if I know their which side it's on, I know their story before they lay down. It's the same story. So that would just
Yeah.
correlate, but it goes down. It goes to your solar plexus chakra. If you worry a lot, you're going to get pancreatic, gallbladder, all sorts of like kidney stone, like even kidney. And then your sacral, you're going to get, if you hold on to a lot of anger, you're going to get like if you're going to get gastrointestinal or lower back pain. It just goes
Can't
on.
let
So
go. It just does. It's so,
that's why we
it's
have to heal.
that's why we have to heal. And
Mind,
it's so
body, soul. Mind,
right.
body,
It's
soul.
so interconnected. So we can like, thank you for saying that too, Jim, about getting out there and doing more of that again. I just think we really need to get real about our health. And so we, you know, we go, and I want to get started with the healthcare system because it really like infuriates me these days because of how broken it is. But if you become more intuitive about your own health and take that responsibility and really tune in, and you pay attention to the shifts in your body, it's important to go and get, you know, help when you need it. But you're not relying on a perfect stranger to tell you if you're healthy or not, because I'll tell you something, they're not measuring the gray area. They're only measuring when you become diseased. If you know, they're not seeing the progression. You are seeing your progression. You know your body. You're in your body. It's your temple. And we treat our bodies like shit most of the time because we think that, well, you know what, I did it for the last 5 years, or my, you know, whatever, like I'll burn it off on the gym. But the difference between the way you live in your body, when you live well in your body versus when you don't choose the right things is a massive difference. And you might as well have the quality of life, because, you know, we don't know what tomorrow brings, but at least we can be responsible for what we put in our body and how we choose to live with it. Right.
Agreed, 100%. I think all of us should be doing a show together on we got to get a grant, and I'm going to work on that with some people. And maybe we should just do a 6-episode series that we can share with the world. And maybe somebody will pick us up and just say, those 3 crazy fuckers, they've got a lot going on, you know? And we can be
It's
honest.
funny. Yeah, for sure. But it's funny, even like thinking about small changes, even the words that we use, words have so much power. So if you start talking negative, like it's just a little tiny shift. If you're in a lack state, you'll have lack. If you say I have plenty, you'll have more. So it's like little shifts. If you complain, you're in a shitty energy. If you are like get a lesson from it, you're better. But it's just a shift in how you verbalize things.
Which
And
is
that's
it's
a
a
little tiny
thing,
thing
right?
that can change your success. Just a little tiny thing.
Yes, I love that. Because it's how you vibrate. It's the vibration of
Something
your.
just grabbed me by the bottom of my leg.
Well, why? And your light keeps on changing, Linda. Did you see
I
that?
don't know. Something just
Fun.
went to my leg. Sorry.
You turned a little red there, young lady.
It was like I thought my dog was under the table, but she's not here. Whew.
That's funny.
Or is it? Oh, I'm not afraid of whatever. It's
Jim,
fine.
Yeah.
I was just Jim, I don't think you drank enough water today. I'm just gonna say that. I don't think so. Mm-mm.
You are correct. I have I I have a half bottle of water, and I did do one, so a 1.5 only today. And
half your body in ounces. Sorry, half your body weight in ounces. And that, yeah. That's
listen,
what we're going for.
I don't want to get up all night and pee
So you
nonstop.
drink during the day.
What?
That's what everybody always says, but you have to drink during the day. Linda is the power water consumer. Follow her lead.
As I'm drinking water.
She drinks a lot of water.
I drink about 7 of these guys a day. They're 32 ounces.
And you don't have to drink that much, but
I know, but I can't help it because I'm always thirsty.
I know. Yeah,
well, that's interesting. I want to say, I want to do a shout out to our 33 guests right now. And Doug, who goes on there a couple of weeks ago, he says he's looking forward to our podcast. Welcome, Doug. We love you. Judy.
Hi, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
Judy Kirby just came from a nice family reunion of sorts, and she's having a great time herself. Carlos is working on his what do you call the parenting skills? The surrogate parents for now. I guess they have a child that was born to a mother who was a drug addict, and they're helping the child get through all of this. They're amazing. Karen King, hi everyone, she says. Darlene Fry, we know her. How are you?
Myra? Can I just shout out to Darlene? Her mom's not very well, and we just want to send out some prayers to Darlene.
Okay.
Her mom's not doing very well.
We will do a candlelight. I will do that for her as well. That's very nice. Myra C, I guess, S-E-E, but she's might be saying
Myra C is the greatest. She's badass.
Oh, there we go. All right. And Amanda Altuna.
That's Amanda. Yeah, Amanda's great. You know Amanda.
Yes,
she's been on once.
Yes, she has. Yeah. And she shares all our shows and just says for people to come out. She really supports us, guys.
That's very kind.
He really does. Amanda, thank you for that. So does Carlos, but he's out in the Pacific coast there just doing nothing. And we got a all in capitals, Justice for Vienna, which is very nice.
Very nice.
My friend Kathy Alba, she's had a rough one. Her sister was in a car accident. Her sister had surgery in her neck, it was just a hard week on her, but she's doing a lot better. And I'm just trying to let her know, are things going to get cleaned up? So she might have that question for us. We'll have to talk about. Alex DeFazio or Fazo. I don't know who you are, but welcome. JY. That's kind of cool. And JY is talking about, looks like a perfect time to join. I haven't heard a good conversation about KD in days. So sorry, Miranda.
You know what? Yeah, okay.
Is Annie's better, Miranda?
What'd you say?
Annie's, the organic kind?
Go quinoa I liked because it's plant-based, it's vegan and gluten-free. Go quinoa, Jim. Thank you.
I'm never gonna win with this woman on any food.
Look, Walmart even sells it. There's not really any excuses. It's very accessible. You give it a shot. Try it out. Why not?
All right.
All right.
Joan Funk, welcome back. She's a regular on our show.
Hi, Joan.
Teresa Mallory. Great. Now, Teresa Mallory is that, and she says, "Hi, Jim." But there, yes, I know her. Crazy. All right, sorry. The relationship between organs and emotions is what Alex DeFazzo would like to know.
Oh, we can talk more in depth about that if you like. I'd love to.
I know you
Because
would.
there's such, I mean, and Linda just kind of started that conversation too, right? Like so let's say if you want to go down the list. So we talked about, like thyroid expression,
Yep.
heart joy, right?
Yep.
Joy. And so that is such an important thing to try to keep the joy flowing. Any cardiovascular, any blood flow issues, cholesterol, even blood pressure, a lot to do with joy. Stomach is not like letting go, right? So it's like not letting go or digesting. What are you not digesting from life? Digestive system overall. Pancreas worry, spleen is worry as well. Kidneys
What about the
fear.
Gallbladder, yeah.
Gallbladder's anger, gallbladder, liver, anger. A lot of the times I see.
But also in your sacral stomach is also where people hold their anger.
Yeah, totally. What were you
Yes.
saying, Jim?
I was just trying to figure out, like, the stomach itself is the sacral, right? It holds everything, right? That's our problem. And it doesn't,
Yeah.
when it's screwed up, and I can tell you honestly, I do that shake, the sacral sort of is enlightened by the nutrients I'm getting for sure, but it makes you happier because you've given yourself something, some substance. So I get where you're coming from on that one. I truly do,
Yeah.
When you
And-
think about like even IBS or like not Crohn so much, but IBS, it's all stress related. Like it's all these things that are stress. Any autoimmune is stress related. So it's like that's the part. Like it's not a medication thing. It's a transformative thing. It's a healing thing. So it's like doctors treat autoimmune with medicine to coat the symptoms, but they don't actually get to the root of the problem.
That's right.
So it's
And
kind of yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So autoimmune is also self-hatred, deep self-hatred, because if your immune system is attacking itself, it's like you are attacking yourself. So we really want to just mirror like, well, what is what's the frequency of the illness? And then what is the frequency of the emotion? What or someone else? Your light's just going nuts in there, Linda.
There's something over here, and then my hair just blew, and something grabbed my leg. So I don't know what's happening here, my friends, but
that's
Got a party happening in there. I think
like there's more people in here than you know. The party never stops. The music's in my head, and it never stops.
So, Opala, do we have anybody who would like a reading right now?
Yeah, I've got a couple of people here. I'm just going to send the link out, actually.
Okay, let's do that. Darlene Fry, thank you. There was one person who just came in here and wanted to say hi. She just joined us, but I don't know where she went, and I'm sorry for that one. Lastly, Laura is asking anything we can look forward to this month, in the month of Gemini. So
I cannot help you in that. So you guys go ahead.
So
Shoot.
I don't know. For me, the problem being in Gemini, sometimes we are going to get direct answers on every level through Gemini, because when Jupiter is in Gemini or Gemini is in Jupiter, that's a lot of trouble right there, because they're trying to figure everything out, the responsibilities, the heartaches that some of them go through. It's not easy. And people don't get that Geminis have this perfectionism attachment to themselves sometimes. And that's what hurts them, not us. And they don't, because they don't get a break. So if we are in the month of Gemini, we are just going to probably perfect ourselves a little bit better to make our summer flow easier, or make plans that are going to work. That's how I just see the Gemini working for us, because as soon as Cancer hits in January, or sorry, in July, what a fireplace that's going to be.
Yeah.
That is a fire right there.
Yeah, but there's some interesting. Yeah, I agree. I think it starts the end of June, right? I think like towards the end of June is when we start Cancer season.
23rd. Yeah.
Because Gemini is such a dualistic sign. There's like a repetitiveness that happens, and I think that we're also, there's some themes astrologically that are coming up from the April eclipses that are coming into this Gemini season, like for review. There's a few different, like it's hitting it again. So, don't be surprised. The 8th and 9th of June, not great. So like collectively, not great, 8th to 9th. So be careful, like just be conscious. And I think for me with Gemini season, it's like just slow down and think things through, because you're probably gonna have to come back to it again. Like it's going over it again. So just try to I would just kind of slow down.
Okay, I get it. Yes. And if people want to know more, reach out to us. We'll help you.
Yeah.
We're all pretty
Absolutely.
good
It's
at
so personal, right? Yeah.
it. We do have someone coming into the room now. Emily is entered the waiting room. So we are about ready for Emily at any time. Whoop. And that will be a lot of fun right there. And here we are. And, we're getting there.
Oh. Because you can, right? Hi, Emily.
Hi.
That beautiful smile. Welcome.
How are you, Jim?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
And what part of the country are we talking to now?
Oregon.
Oregon again.
Mm.
And what's going on in Oregon?
Well, sometimes it's rainy, sometimes it's sunny, but
You're our new meteorologist. We're hiring today. That's
thank you.
Perfect.
Tomorrow, some of the same.
Beautiful. Thank you. Love that tie dye on you.
Thank you.
Is that a homemade thing, or is that like store bought?
I think my daughter got it for me, or made it for me. Yeah.
Oh, that counts for a lot. So,
Yeah.
and what are you looking for? And give us a birth date too for a couple of us here.
January 20th. Just wondering if there's any messages from family members.
Who's the male behind you? There's a male that's like younger. It could be a father figure, but he's got darker hair. He's standing behind your right shoulder. He's got dark hair. Okay. Is your grandfather passed?
They are.
Pardon me?
Both of them. Both of them.
Did your father have darker hair when he was a younger man?
No. My grandfather.
Okay, so it's your grandfather that's behind you.
Yeah.
Was he smart alecky?
Yeah, both my dad and grandpa were. Yeah.
Yeah, because your grandfather's coming through first for some reason, but he's a smart ass. But I like him. It makes me giggle. But he's winking at you and he's like, woo, like he's doing stuff behind you. But he's he liked to, did he wear like checkered like plaid shirts? Or button downs?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Because he's got his pants are tucked into the shirt. That's all he's showing me. Like he looks nice. He looks well dressed.
Yeah. That'd be my grandpa. Yeah.
He's very fond of you. Like he thinks, I'm sure you think of him a lot, but he's around you a lot. Now, did your dad have lighter colored hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's a handsome guy. He's got the nicest eyes. He's a good looking man. Holy moly. Did he have a heart issue?
No, not that I know of. Mm-mm.
What did your dad pass from, if you don't mind my asking? Sorry to be so blunt.
He had Parkinson's.
Okay.
And he died
did he have a broken heart, perhaps? Because he keeps rubbing his chest. Like obviously his heart stopped, but he's like
I mean, he and my mom were married until he died.
So that's maybe he's showing me, because he's like, does your mom still, like your mom's probably, how long has he been passed for?
I think 3 years now.
Yeah, because your mom's like, it's like a broken heart. I think your mom, he loved your mom so much. This is why he's showing me his heart, because you guys miss him every day and it's hard, even though he was sick, but he wants you to know he's well. He's doing this and his hands are like this, and he wants you to know he's perfect. So just know there's no Parkinson's in heaven. There's no glasses, walkers, or canes. And he looks so happy. He's throwing you quarters. He's not going to throw you dimes. He's going to throw you quarters. Did you hear a knock on the window recently? If you didn't, it could be a bird, but it's your dad, just your dad. You hear it in the next 3 hours, it's your dad. But he's around a lot. Do you have stuff, Jim? You go ahead.
No, I'm listening, and I just because of the cusping sign that you are, Em,
Mhm.
you know, there's now you're going into your detailed years of your life. You're trying to organize your feelings and your thoughts to make sure that everything is going to start working for you into the end of 2024. It's almost like you're reinventing yourself in 2025 to do the things that you finally wanted to do. And I do believe wholeheartedly that you're going to be pushed by your family dynamics, because the intelligence that comes from you and the diversity in the way that you always think outside of the box. And that's a little bit of your Aquarius side, but absolutely more the Capricorn, where you still want to be the boss no matter what we look at here.
What's with your dad's signature? Do you have something with his signature? No, you don't
Um,
need to get it. It's just, I'm just wondering, did you do anything with your dad's signature, or do you have something with your dad's signature? Or does your
I'm
mom?
I'm sure I do. I'm sure
Your
my mom probably does. Yeah.
your mom's got something wrong with her teeth. She's got
Uh-oh.
teeth. Yeah, so just got it. She's got something wrong with one of her teeth right now. Your dad's telling me. 'Cause your
Okay.
dad watches over her, but he's around a ton, so don't ever think you won't get the signs, because I think you want the signs and you're not getting them. The more you trust like a quarter or a knock on the window, the more they're going to come flooding in. Because he is like such a lovely man. Your dad had the biggest heart. He's a lovely soul. But you're like the apple of his eye. So just know he walks with you every day. And you'll never not know that. I know you want that, but I feel like you're looking. Like I'm waiting for the signs and I don't get them, but they're everywhere, man. Like they're everywhere. You just gotta trust them.
Thank you.
And he
Did you
doesn't.
look in this cloud? Sorry, he's just interrupted me. He said like it's almost like you might have seen a cloud in the like a heart-shaped cloud. That's another sign that you might like hearts are also his sign for you,
Yeah.
right?
My son and I see hearts a lot.
Okay, 'cause that's him. He's always it's gonna make me cry.
Yeah.
But he's always sending you like hearts. Like he just loves you. So just know that it's like you're everything. You and your mother and your son are everything. Your family to him, right?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we see them in like spills or in food, it's not, like just an emoji or something. It's like it's just random and we see it all the time. So.
God bless. That's a nice one. So the more you trust those, like the more you'll see it too. Like the more you'll see the signs, but that's nice. God
Thank
bless.
you.
You're very,
By
very
the-
welcome.
by the end of April next year, everything falls into place for you. I'm just concerned about your mom wanting to make too many moves too fast. That's what all I'm being told. She's trying to get things done and she's over analyzing everything, and she doesn't have to. And that's another message from your dad. And your dad also said, don't you dare cut your hair.
Okay.
Right away.
Are there any messages about health? I know we were kind of talking about that tonight.
Miranda, you're
Yeah,
on.
I definitely, well, I just want to say firstly, just because I pulled two sets of cards here for you, but I don't know if there's a past disappointment that you still need to let go of. There's an opportunity coming, like there's something, Ace of Pentacles showed up, and I don't know if you have a new idea or you're creating something or something's in the works, but it's all here first. There's something that you have to let go of or in the process of letting go of in order for it to like come through, but it's coming. Because I do see Six of Wands, like there's going to be recognition for it, or there's going to be something that you see will be created from that. So I don't know if that is here or it's already come out, but that's just something to start with.
Okay.
I do see that like stress is a big component in your health.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have a hard time breaking down fats. Like so fats came up with gallbladder. So do you have any gallbladder issues, or do you have a hard time breaking down fats? Do you ever get bloated or feel digestive sluggishness after a meal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you were talking about IBS earlier and stress.
Yeah.
And I definitely have that. I don't know about gallbladder specifically, but I do have other, I have kidney problems.
Okay. So I think you have food sensitivities that are also part of it. So if you can just try to just pay attention to the foods that are the biggest triggers, or if you try to do an elimination diet. So usually cows, dairy, gluten, sugar, any of that, really rancid fats or the junky fats that are hydrogenated, the trans fats, try to be careful with that. Because unsaturated fats, I don't think you're getting enough omega-3 fatty acids. So
I just ordered some.
Good. Yes. Awesome. So that's actually be helpful to take the pressure off of your digestive system. I do think you might, I don't know if you get sugar cravings, but I think your minerals are a little bit off. So chromium, like eat more romaine lettuce, potassium, maybe some more avocado. That's the healthy fats as well. Water is showing coming up. So I don't know if you're just not hydrating enough. So if you do have kidney issues,
feeling dehydrated right now, but I tend to drink water all day. Yeah.
okay, so this is it. If you have kidney issues, be careful, right? So if your kidneys are under stress, you have to find the good balance of how to hydrate without stressing them out.
Okay.
So you be careful with so you just want to be careful of certain foods that will cause it to put pressure in your kidneys versus support. And that same thing goes when it comes to drinking too much water. It's just finding that in between. But I would say like when you're focusing on blood pressure too, do you have any blood pressure issues? Do you find that you fluctuate?
That comes with the kidney. Yeah.
Yes. So low, do you get low?
No, I tend to be high, but I'm on medication for it.
Okay.
It's possible that I get low sometimes because I don't check my blood pressure at home like I'm supposed to.
Okay. So this is a good reminder for you to check your blood pressure because it came up next to stress. So obviously this is all correlated, right? Kidneys are fear. So this, being able to work on letting go of something that was disappointing to you. And it might just be the grief still that's still like, and that's totally normal for it to show up and come and go. But definitely all encompassing, stress techniques, trying to reduce the pressure, and then reducing pressure on your digestive system with the right foods as well would be for sure helpful.
Yeah, I'm gluten free, and I know what some of my major foods are that bother me. So I'm working to kind of refine that a little bit better.
Yeah, with the thing is, if you actually abstain, like you try to remove it fully, you'll get a better indication. But a lot of people go, well, let me just like reduce it. You still have a fire lit. It means you're still burning a fire of inflammation. You can't get a good result. So try to eliminate and then see. So you get the baseline. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're awesome. Welcome. And all the kids are good?
Yeah. Kids are pretty good. Yeah.
Good. And you're starting...
I'm worried.
Well,
but that's my anxiety to talking.
You're not a complete helicopter mom, but you're damn close to it. So it's it's a good
I worry about things I can't control. So
I know. But that's
working.
Ashwagandha. If you can take ashwagandha, let me double check with your own unique medication and different types of, like check with your practitioner. But ashwagandha is such a great adaptogen for reducing cortisol levels and keeping the body it's like, it helps your body adapt to stress. And like, I don't think I could actually live without ashwagandha. Like it's beautiful. So it might be helpful for your anxiety. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Emily, we're going to let you go. We're going to take another person because we've got a whole 19 minutes left.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Em. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that was nice.
Yeah, nice. So nice.
She's a good person. She really does take care of her family. It's so nice to watch, I have my client that I need some help with. She is saying that she enjoys our show, but she's not eating properly lately, and she was a triathlete until last year, and she stopped. She just stopped. There's no depression, no anger. I'm telling her to try and come on, and she wants to know how she can get motivated to go back into the working out, the feeling better about herself. It's almost like she's not her own coach anymore. She said she doesn't have anyone to help her, and she's not being mean, but she's her birthday's May 13th. So she's.
I wonder, is she in a 12th perfection year where she's like more internalized? Like we're in that every year is different. Like it's more of an internalized state. Sometimes we can't get motivation those years, and they're purposeful. They're purposeful years.
She feels like she's stuck, and it doesn't seem like it's going to change fast. Like she feels like she's like holding steady. So no matter what you say, it's not going to make a difference right now. Okay. It's not forever. I feel like it's going to shift, but it's not right now. It's just not right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
She gave us a big wave. Thank the double thing there. Thank you very much. So, and that's awesome. That's good to
Not
see.
to despair though, because sometimes you get so like it can cause depression or anxiety, but it will end. This time will end. This too shall
I'm
pass.
also curious. I'm also curious if it's hormonal related. There's a brain, there's a something related to hormones, I think, because especially if you're training that hard for that long,
And stop.
hormonally that could be it. Yeah. So just, just check in with your hormones, make sure that you're getting the right nutrients for your brain, B vitamins, omega-3 fatty acids. Sometimes we get really slow and not being able to activate because we're lacking those key nutrients.
She says that when she worked out, she hardly ever had a period, and
Reproductive organs.
and she's really, really not doing. Can you speak English or spell English? Even the food tastes different. Her food tastes different. Nothing is. Everything seems very bland.
But I would check. I get her hormones tested, and I would make sure that she's. Sometimes that happens when we're depressed.
Okay.
But she doesn't look like she has a lot of depression on her, like I can see. It just looks like I don't know. There's nothing entity-wise on her or anything. Like it's weird.
So maybe
It's
she
a
just
conundrum.
Yeah, I think she just gets, if she didn't have a period, that tells me a lot, like the hormonal connection is there, and that can definitely hormones regulate. I mean, we're just, everything's hormonally regulated. So I would get one of those, get some good blood tests going. Make sure you just cross your T's and dot your I's when it comes to that.
And she just said she's 43 now. She's in her 43rd year. So she's
okay. So she's probably not in a 12th house year then.
I didn't know that. I thought she was a little older. So
okay.
Interesting. I'm not good with age, so don't punish.
I mean, I also I would check into your natal chart, because a lot comes up in that. Like sometimes we're frozen. Like I have a transit sitting in this Neptune space, and it's keeping me frozen in a certain area of my life. And it's just kind of like, once you understand it, you kind of accept, you roll with it and understand that it's purposeful. It's like, it's meant to pressurize us to make changes in the future. But for now, Linda always tells me, you're supposed to be where you are. So just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And stay there until you're not be there, right? That's just what it is.
Sometimes things like when you stop training, it's because you avoided a massive injury or a cycling accident or something, and the universe just slows you down. It can be that too. Sometimes it can be just that.
We got to get Jason in here. That was a surprise text from somebody that I've known for a while. Jason now, you're going to like him, Linda, Miranda. He's gone on his journey on a spiritual level, and he's from out west. He's doing his Reiki, and he's very enlightened and very, very positive in a whole bunch of things. And I haven't seen him in about a month and a half, because his shift changed. He's working days, and so I'm going to ask him to unmute here and try and look as damn handsome as he is and get on here. Hey, Jason, we're waiting for you. He's going to try and figure that out. I bet you it's on his phone. There he is.
Hello.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
For fuck's sakes, it always takes me forever to get onto this thing.
A man after our own words.
Yeah, how's it going, everybody?
Great.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. Good as normal, I guess.
It is. The girl's good. The grandkid's good.
Everybody's good. Yeah, the older one's getting ready to move out, so that's good for me. I get my basement back. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Good for you. What do you know, Jay?
Well, I guess I got a couple of Reiki questions. So, for Linda, I guess would be the most appropriate, or whoever wants to answer.
Sure.
So how do you know if you do distance Reiki, if it's actually you just
when I do distance, well, so do you practice? Like, have you done a lot of it?
I completed my level 2 training.
God bless. So when I do distance healing, that's what opened up my psychic faculties better than I can't describe the progression after that I started doing it. Because when I took it, I thought, well, I'll never use this. but I use distance healing every day. Like I can clear houses distantly or entities off people. I don't have to go to houses anymore because I can do them from here. So when I do it with a person, I like to work with them and make them lie down.
Right.
And then I text them before I start and then after, and then I get confirmation or feedback to know the differences. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's hard to quantify. I get it.
Yeah, because I kind of been practicing on my wife's sister, and usually when I do it, I'm at work, so I don't have access to
Yes.
communicate with her, right? So,
It doesn't matter
uh,
though. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you can communicate. It's just like you can send it out and you can send it on a loop too. So you can say, I want to send healing like every hour on the hour and just keep doing it. It's hard to quantify, but you'll watch people's health get better or whatever they're working on as you send it as a whole or to an area.
so when you do that, you have to intend each hour, or could you just like do one intention and then
One
that'll?
intention. It's very
Oh, okay.
exhausting if you did it all the time. The life goes by
Oh,
so fast. So if you could set it out and then put an end to it because it'll endlessly go when you think it's
all
done,
right.
so the specific outcome is reached, or you feel like you could do it again. So it's like you could say for this next 24 hours, every hour on the hour, I'm going to send a healing bubble or a healing intention every hour.
All right. Um,
Worth
so
practicing.
yeah, that's pretty much all I practice because I got no one to Reiki.
But
So,
that's most like this. It's sometimes it's like over COVID, you kind of have to pivot. So when I was doing stuff, I have a lot of people here. But when I started with COVID, I worked a lot online doing distance healing. But it's
right.
part of my practice every day, right?
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say my cat's pretty enlightened. But yeah.
Do you meditate a lot?
So, I I wouldn't say a lot. I try to when I have a chance to.
I can see that it's pretty powerful when you do
So,
that. That's the first thing that came up with your meditation. And even if you give it 2 minutes extra, watch things change for you.
yeah, usually I'll try like right before bed or something, but I probably should start in the morning. But
Whatever, we're all live like we have busy lives, right? Sometimes it's just good if you got it once or twice a week. It's a good thing to open up your psychic ability that way too.
right. I guess my second question would be, what do you guys see about like my Akashic records? Because I've been told a few things,
The first
and
thing
I've
I get is
tried.
a horse riding a horse in the last one of them.
Mhm. Yeah, because I've tried to be myself, but I just couldn't yet.
Like, do you have like I see a battlefield. I see armor on you also, like, and that could be when you're riding the horse. So that could be because you're a very old soul. You've been around many, many lifetimes.
Yeah,
I
it
can see
was a
you on a
many years.
farm too, like a little boy in a farm with overalls. Um, you don't like cities,
No, I just happened to live in one, so it's awesome.
but you don't like it. You never have. You like the
Uh,
country.
I'd rather be. Grew up out in the country, so
Yeah, but you've had lifetimes where you grew up in the country too, so it's hard to assimilate your soul into a city because you feel the energies, right?
I guess so.
Your
Yeah.
mom is so proud of you. I
Yeah.
just got yelled at, by the way. So that's kind of, you're
Well,
really
that's
working
good to
on things
hear.
and you're protecting your family, she said. So thank you.
Well, since I do Reiki and I don't have, like, I don't know of any, uh, well, my two spirit guides, so I just call mom, spirit mom. But
She just, all I've known you for quite a while. So for me, you've come a long way since we've been doing work together, you know?
uh,
And
yeah,
you're not as angry. Well, actually, you're not angry, is what I
No,
like to see the most. And you're always trying to represent the good in people, which is not a down thing for you, but it's something that is enlightening compared to who you were almost 2 years ago.
yeah, I feel like I changed a lot on my outlook on everything, really. So yeah, like yeah,
It's
get through the
very
bullshit.
well, now you don't feel like you have a target on your back anymore. That's what your mom said. And maybe
Oh.
that's a good thing.
Yeah, I did. Well, I just got laid off this morning, so maybe that's why.
Ah,
That sucks.
Well,
That is what it is.
I just that makes sense. The grief card came up here, or letting go of something, or something more like you're having to move through something. But there's like a celebration actually with it. There's like four ones came up. So it's like, although there's like, it's kind of like, I don't know if it was just not a good situation for you because it shows the devil in reverse. So maybe that's like a positive thing.
Well, Jim knows. I voiced it to him a few times that I work with a lot of brain dead people, so it's kind of hard to put up with some of the things they say. And yeah, I have no words for.
You need a shirt that says, "I'll be nicer if you be smarter."
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah,
Cool.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. Last time I got laid off, it turned out to be really good. So I'm not.
I guess
not too worried.
Not good, because like not to stick in the grief energy of it, because there is a new opportunity I think coming actually.
Like by the end of June, you'll have another job, or you'll be like able to have one foot in Reiki door and do something else. It gives you time to work on your craft.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping. Like when I get my basement back, I plan on doing something down there. But like, I'm not quite sure where to get started or how to get started. I've emailed a few people that have them in practice and talk to them how they're going about it.
It starts with an idea. It starts with a massage table. That's it. And then you build. If you build it, they will come.
Yeah,
well,
I
I
would
got
say
that.
also
So
important, sorry, just like I think also in the messaging here is just not to let the fears consume. If there's fears that pop in, to tame the inner beast of the mind that can, and this is great. The meditation part will also be helpful with that. But your adrenal glands came up. So I don't know if you've been under more stress lately, but your adrenal glands, your stress levels definitely need to be supported. So I don't know if you're consuming enough protein, but protein came up with that. So, making sure that you have the right building blocks of like stability in your body to be able to.
Miranda, if I started telling you about my diet, you'd probably block me from the show. So I don't think we should. I don't think we should go down that road.
Well, I think the key is just try to stabilize your blood sugar with a little bit more protein where possible at every meal. And if you do, let's say if alcohol is part of the mix, just make sure you know that like it depletes B vitamins, and you need for your own health, like more keeping you grounded. You want to make sure the B vitamins are a good place because your kidneys and your spleen came up. So I think making sure you have the right hydration, protein to stabilize your blood sugar, and just try your very best to support your stress levels when it comes to. So we won't go over your diet, but when you keep the right choices, just know it's going to be helpful for your body.
Yeah, 10-4. I've heard that a few times.
It's good to see you again, Jason.
Yeah, it's been a while, that's for sure.
Yeah. And Sunshine is feeling better now with you being around.
Yeah, things have improved. So
good, because it was in your birth chart. It showed that relationships were gonna come, and a lot of mending is gonna happen. A lot of good conversations are gonna happen. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah.
Better than most of them. So I don't know how much time I got left here, so I'll just do one more quick one there. Could you guys tell if this whole Reiki thing is gonna work out in my favor or what?
Well, do you not trust your ability yet? No.
I really have my doubts at some point,
I know.
and it takes me a few days to get back into her. But like,
do you know what? You'd start with one, because like I started with one client, and I have clients like they just come. So it's like you just gotta, and every day I work, I learn. So it's never you're gonna learn everything, because the spirit shows you every day. So you keep acquiring knowledge. Like every day I work, I'm like, wow, that's never happened. And I'm like, whoa. So it's like it builds. Like you have to build, and the more you practice, the more your skill set improves and changes, and you morph it into your own treatment, right? But I can see
Yeah.
the massage table. I can see like a purpley kind of blanket. I can see a chakra banner in your room. I can see a whole lot of crystals. I see some cool music. I feel really good vibes down there. So give it a whirl. Like you got, like, I feel like your heart is in the spiritual essence. Like you're the helper, the healer. So this is like the people who have been through the depths are the best healers, right? Because they have to heal themselves so they can heal others. So you got this if you want to go for it. Like just give it your best shot.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's yeah, you know, usually whenever I have like doubts about, you know, am I doing it right, or do I even know what I'm doing, or anything like that, it just like a lot of fucked up shit has happened to me, like just spiritually and stuff. Like it's probably like normal for you guys, but for someone just getting into this like this weird shit, and I think, oh man, like it's got to be something, you know, it's not coincidences or
But you are catching up to your soul lives as well, which does help you. And it's a matter of not confusing the human side of ourselves, and the spiritual side of ourselves will take over. And that's what happens. And that's what's you're like teeter-tottering so close to that right now. And soon the abundance will happen.
If
yeah,
you
hopefully.
have questions with Reiki, like reach out. Like my website is usually at the end of this, but it just fire me a question. I can fire it back because like there's enough. We just need our team to support us, right?
Yeah, I was going to do that, Linda, previously when you started on the show, and I think, oh, she doesn't know who I am or anything like that. But
Yeah.
you know,
I do now.
yeah. Could you
Right now.
could you tell if someone's doing Reiki to you? Like, or any of you, like, could
Yes.
you?
Like
Yeah, absolutely.
I can feel Linda doing her spiritual kick in the ass to me every day. And then I can feel Miranda really like almost
Slapping you around.
slapping me, but you know, you give me the tough love type personality. We joke around a lot, but the seriousness that you bring out in me makes me feel good. Like, you know, it's nice. I have a sister from another mother.
Yeah.
So that's always good. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, you'll feel it.
Yeah, well, when I do to other people or do the distance thing, I can feel it in my hands and like sometimes my feet, depending on how I'm sitting. But if I try to like self heal in the morning or something and do it for myself, I don't get the same sensation in my hands as I would if I was channeling it. Like, you know,
Yep. Sometimes it's like practice too, and sometimes maybe well, we all need it. Like I Reiki myself every day, even if it's one position, right?
Yeah.
But it's
Mhm.
it just don't doubt yourself just based on that. Keep Reikiing yourself. Keep
Yeah,
keep healing.
and start thinking I'm unhealable.
Well,
But
but that's not true.
And
But
you
it's
no, I
got
like
don't think so either.
we are never stop healing till the day we die. So we just keep trying to do better, right? So
Yeah.
so more self-love. Jason still needs to be there. And you're overcritical of yourself from the time that I've known you. And sometimes you just need to let go.
Hmm.
Or I can come down into out west and kick your ass. Like, you know,
They're gonna say we can make an Oilers Leafs bet, but we all know how that's gonna end.
exactly. Okay, we're gonna call her quits, Jason. But thank you and I hope you come back on. And welcome.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice
Reach
to
out
meet you.
if you
Thanks for
need. Please
yeah,
do.
thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, man. Take care.
I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye now. Okay. Guess what?
Is
Time.
it time?
It's time. You know, thank you both again. Like I can't tell you how much I enjoy this. I really do. It's fun.
This is a fun one.
We get a
Nice show.
we get a good crew out here. We have a lot of fun with it. We will be promoting this a little bit more, and we will be trying to do a live in a bar. We're trying to do so many things, but we are all super busy. And Linda, when they want to get a hold of you, how did they get a hold of you?
My website is infinitereikihealing.com.
Okay.
Linda's
One.
looking into 2026. No, sorry, not
No,
2026.
not quite. Just a few months.
And Miranda, how do we get a hold of you?
Well, my website's superbodywisdom.com, but my Instagram at Miranda Malasani is a good one to share things sometimes on there.
That's
For
nice.
sure.
You do share some amazing stuff on there, so that's pretty good.
Yep.
And if anybody needs to get a hold of me, it's Jim Hunt Official, and it's everywhere except Twitter. And have a wonderful, wonderful week, everyone. We will see you all in 2 weeks. And I might even be skinnier.
We'll pray for that.
All right.
Go, Jim.
Oh, a glass of water, Jim.
Thank you so much. Paula, we want to say thank you for doing this again tonight. It was amazing.
Thanks, Paula.
Yeah, no worries. It's fun and I learn stuff.
Thank you, Paula. And we're ready now to say goodnight to everyone, and we're going to stare into space or we're going to talk and until it shuts itself off. Like we can make fun of Miranda right now.
Uh-oh.
You know?
Jim, it's,
I'm not playing
we're,
that game.
we're
Yeah.
making fun of you. That's what's if anybody's making fun of you.
Good
I
night,
can mute.
everybody. We love you.
Bye.
Reach out. Take care. Bye, Maya. Bye, everyone.
Done.
Done. Ta-da! Who are you getting